Hello! Welcome back to another video. Today we are diving into the forehand technique, a common topic many of you have asked about. Specifically, I will show you how to refine your forehand to make it more consistent and effective. And we will also cover some common mistakes to avoid. Let's get started. In this video, we are going to explore 4 things you should avoid with using your forehand technique. These tips apply whether you are doing a forehand drive, forehand loop or underspin loop, or forehand topspin. Watch this video and improve your game today. Number 1. Avoid opening the wrist. Avoid having your wrist and racket angle too open. This will lead to several errors such as increased errors. Balls are more likely to go off the table due to the steep angle of the racket. Another thing is that there is a higher chance of the ball striking the edge of the racket or just missing the ball entirely. The next one is the lack of control. An open wrist reduces control, making your forehand strokes inconsistent and unpredictable. Similarly, having the wrist angle too closed is another common error to avoid. Let's go to our mistake number 2. Avoid closing the wrist too much. Having the wrist too close can be risky, provoking some of these common errors. Short hits. Many of your shots might end up hitting the net due to the sharp angle of the racket. Predictable forehand. The closed wrist angle tends to send balls diagonally, making your shots more predictable. Players might quickly notice that your forehand shots consistently go towards their forehand, allowing them to anticipate and counter your moves more effectively. What are my tips and solutions for these 2 common mistakes? Aim for a balanced wrist position to enhance accuracy and consistency in your shots. Adopt a neutral grip. My recommendation is that you start with a standard neutral grip. This position allows greater control over your angles. With a neutral grip, you will find that the wrist is slightly closed, which I find offers better control of the ball. Second, keep your arm at about a 90-degree angle, similar to the shape of a letter L. Make sure your elbow is neither too low nor too high during a forehand. It should feel comfortable and natural. Once you have the grip and arm angle down, ensure you complete the stroke by following through all the way up to your forehead, allowing your elbow to lead the movement of your racket. Number 3. Avoid hitting the ball with just the arm. Many players, especially beginners, might not realize the importance of this aspect. Relying solely on your arm to hit the ball in table tennis can lead to several issues, such as inconsistent control. It will give you less control overall whether to hit the ball or not. When you use only the arm to swing, you lose control over the ball's direction. This often results in hitting as many balls off the table as on it, reducing your overall effectiveness. Delayed recovery. After hitting the ball, your ability to quickly return to a ready position is compromised, making it harder to sustain a rally effectively. Difficulties switching strokes. When you need to switch from a forehand to a backhand or vice versa, relying solely on your arm can slow down your response time and reduce the flow of your movements. Many other things arise from this mistake that some of you might have experienced. These include interrupted rhythm. It reduces stamina and even running the risk of injuring your arm. Now, what are my tips or solutions for these common mistakes? To gain better control over your arm and improve your forehand technique, it is essential to engage your shoulders and core along with your arm movements. Here is how you can do it. Rotate using your upper body. Start by rotating your shoulder and upper body. This action should be driving force behind your arm movement. Follow through with the movement. After rotating, continue the motion by following through with your arm. Ensure that your upper body and arm are synchronized. If your arm moves backward, your upper body should naturally flow. Remember, rotate, then follow through. This approach will help you maintain a locked and unified upper body, reducing strain on your arm and enhancing overall stroke effectiveness. Number 4. Avoid dropping the arm down by itself. Allowing your arm or racket to drop independently can negatively impact your game in several ways. Lack of consistency. Dropping your arm can cause most of your shots to go off the table. This often happens because you start hitting the ball from a low position, moving upwards and then forward. While it is possible to adjust your stroke from down, up, and then forward, I don't highly recommend it. This method takes more time and can slow you down, making it harder to control the ball. Reduced control. Like I mentioned earlier, not controlling your arm well makes your game less effective. For instance, if you let your arm drop after a forehand and then switch to a backhand, it can make your movement slow and awkward. Not efficiency in underspin loops. When you do an underspin loop using only your arm, it often lacks power, control, and coordination. This can cause the ball to fall short and hit the net because not enough power is generated. Now, what are my tips or solutions for these common mistakes? Ensure that you keep your racket consistently raised above your hips. While it is natural for your racket to lower occasionally, the key is to bend using your legs and body, not just your arm. Just as we maintain control over our upper body for forward and backward movements, we should apply this control when moving down and up. Remember, it is crucial to use your legs and core to move downwards and complete the action with a proper follow-through. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might benefit as well. Help me grow my channel by subscribing and sharing this video. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I hope these tips help improve and elevate your table tennis game. See you next time!